اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم سورہ یاسین شریف کی تفسیر چل رہی ہے۔ اللہ پاک نے قسم قرآن کی کھائی اور فرمایا یاسین والقرآن الحکیم انک لمن المرسلین علی صراط مستقیم تنزیل العزیز الرحیم لتنذر قوما ما انذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على اکثرهم فهم لا یؤمنون۔ اکثر پر بات ثابت ہو چکی ہے، پس وہ ایمان نہیں لائیں گے۔ تو علامہ شبیر احمد عثمانی رحمۃ اللہ علیہ کا حاشیہ یہاں بہت اچھا ہے کہ وہ اکثر ایمان نہیں لائیں گے، بات ان پر ثابت ہو چکی ہے، یہ کیوں ثابت ہو گئی ان پر بات، کیوں ایمان نہیں لائیں گے؟ تو میں وہ حاشیہ ہی پڑھ دیتا ہوں۔ فرمایا یعنی بہت کٹھن کام آپ کے سپرد ہوا ہے کہ اس قوم یعنی عرب کو آپ قرآن کے ذریعہ ہوشیار اور بیدار کریں جس کے پاس صدیوں سے کوئی جگانے والا نہیں بھیجا تھا۔ وہ جاہل و غافل قوم جسے نہ خدا کی خبر نہ آخرت کی، نہ ماضی سے عبرت، نہ مستقبل کی فکر، نہ مبدأ پر نظر، نہ منتہا پر، نہ نیک و بد کی تمیز، نہ بھلے برے کا شعور، اس کو اتنی لمبی جہالت و غفلت کی اندھیریوں سے نکال کر رشد و ہدایت کی صاف سڑک پر لا کر کھڑا کر دینا کوئی معمولی اور آسان کام نہیں ہے۔ بلا شبہ آپ کی پوری قوت اور زور و شور کے ساتھ ان کو اس غفلت و جہالت کے خوفناک نتائج اور بھیانک مستقبل سے ڈرا کر فلاح و بہبود کے اعلیٰ مدارج پر پہنچانے کی کوشش کریں گے تاکہ یہ قوم اپنی اعلیٰ کامیابی سے تمام عالم کے لیے کامیابی کا دروازہ کھول دے۔ لیکن بہت افراد وہ ملیں گے جو کسی قسم کی نصیحت پر کان دھرنے والے نہیں، اسی لیے ان پر شیطان پوری طرح مسلط ہو جاتا ہے جو ان کی حماقتوں اور شرارتوں کو ان کی نگاہ میں خوشنما کر کے دکھلاتا ہے اور اگلے پچھلے سب احوال کو خواہ کتنے ہی گندے ہوں خوبصورت بنا کر ظاہر کرتا ہے۔ آخر یہ لوگ دوسری زندگی سے بالکل منکر ہو کر اپنی فانی خواہشات ہی کو قبلہ مقصود ٹھہرا لیتے ہیں۔ اس وقت ایک طرف سے شیطان کی بات لَأُغْوِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ إِلَّا عِبَادَكَ مِنْهُمُ الْمُخْلَصِينَ، یعنی مخلصین کے سوا سب کو بہکا کر رہوں گا، یہ سچی ہوتی ہے۔ اور دوسری طرف حق تعالیٰ کا قول لَأَمْلَأَنَّ جَهَنَّمَ مِنْكَ وَمِمَّنْ تَبِعَكَ مِنْهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ، تجھ سے اور تیرے پیرووں سے دوزخ کو بھر دوں گا، ثابت اور چسپاں ہو جاتا ہے۔ باقی علم الہی میں تو ازل سے ثابت ہے کہ فلاں قوم کے فلاں فلاں افراد اپنی بدتمیزی اور لاپرواہی سے شیطان کی اغوا میں پھنس کر عذاب الہی کے مستحق ہوں گے۔ ایسے لوگوں کے راہ پر آنے اور ماننے کی کیا توقع ہو سکتی ہے؟ پس آپ کو سلسلے انذار اور اصلاح میں اگر ایسے ہمت شکن واقعات کا مقابلہ کرنا پڑے تو ملول اور غمگین نہ ہوں، اپنا فرض ادا کیے جائیں اور نتائج کو خدا کے سپرد کر دیں۔ تقریر و بالا کو سمجھنے کے لیے یہ آیات پیش نظر رکھیں۔ وَمَنْ يَعْشُ عَنْ ذِكْرِ الرَّحْمَنِ نُقَيِّضْ لَهُ شَيْطَانًا فَهُوَ لَهُ قَرِينٌ وَإِنَّهُمْ لَيَصُدُّونَهُمْ عَنِ السَّبِيلِ وَيَحْسَبُونَ أَنَّهُمْ مُهْتَدُونَ۔ معلوم ہوا کہ شیطان ابتداءً کسی پر مسلط نہیں کیا جاتا بلکہ اندھا بن کر نصیحت سے اعراض کرتے رہنے کا یہ اثر ہوتا ہے کہ آخر کار شیطان مسلط ہو جائے۔ جیسے ہاتھ پاؤں سے مدت تک کام نہ لے تو وہ وضو بیکار ہو جاتا ہے۔ اللہ فرماتے ہیں فَلَمَّا زَاغُوا أَزَاغَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُمْ وَنُقَلِّبُ أَفْئِدَتَهُمْ وَأَبْصَارَهُمْ كَمَا لَمْ يُؤْمِنُوا بِهِ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ وَنَذَرُهُمْ فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ يَعْمَهُونَ وَقَيَّضْنَا لَهُمْ قُرَنَاءَ فَزَيَّنُوا لَهُم مَّا بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَمَا خَلْفَهُمْ وَحَقَّ عَلَيْهِمُ الْقَوْلُ فِي تسلط کے بعد شیطان یہ کام کرتا ہے جس کا نتیجہ حق علیہم القول ہے۔ والذی قال لوالدیہ اف لکما اتعداننی ان اخرج وقد خلت القرون من قبلی وهما يستغیثان اللہ ویلک آمین ان وعد اللہ حق فیقول ما هذا الا اساطیر الاولین اولئک الذین حق علیہم القول فی سورہ احقاف۔ ان آیات سے معلوم ہوا کہ لفظ حق القول ان لوگوں پر صادق آتا ہے جو موت کے بعد کسی دوسری زندگی کا یقین ہی نہیں رکھتے، نہ برائی کو برائی سمجھتے ہیں، بلکہ اغوائے شیطانی سے اپنی بدیوں کو نیکی اور گمراہی کو ہدایت تصور کر لیتے ہیں۔ کیسے ہی معقول دلائل سنائیے، کھلے کھلے نشان دکھلائیے، سب کو جھٹلاتے رہتے ہیں اور فضول حجتیں نکالتے رہتے ہیں۔ بظاہر ہادیوں اور پیغمبروں کی بات کی طرف کان جھکائیں مگر ایک حرف سمجھنے کی کوشش نہ کریں، معاذ ہوا اور ہوس کو اپنا معبود ٹھہرا لیں، نہ عقل سے کام لیں نہ آنکھوں سے۔ یہی لوگ ہیں جن کے اعراض و عناد کے نتیجے میں آخر کار اللہ تعالیٰ دلوں پر مہر کر دیتا ہے کہ ان میں خیر کے گھسنے کی پھر ذرا بھی گنجائش نہیں رہتی۔ جیسے کوئی شخص اپنے اوپر روشنی کے سب دروازے بند کر لے تو اللہ تعالیٰ اس کو اندھیرے میں چھوڑ دیتا ہے، یا ایک بیمار دوا پینے کی قسم کھا لے کہ پیوں گا ہی نہیں، اور طبیب سے دشمنی کر لے اور ہر قسم کی بد پرہیزی پر تل جائے تو اللہ اس کے مرض کو مہلک بنا دیتا ہے اور مایوسی کے درجے تک پہنچا دیتا ہے۔ تِلْكَ الْقُرَىٰ نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ مِنْ أَنْبَائِهَا وَلَقَدْ جَاءَتْهُمْ رُسُلُهُمْ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ فَمَا كَانُوا لِيُؤْمِنُوا بِمَا كَذَّبُوا مِنْ قَبْلُ كَذَلِكَ يَطْبَعُ اللَّهُ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِ الْكَافِرِينَ ثُمَّ بَعَثْنَا مِنْ بَعْدِهِ رُسُلًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِمْ فَجَاءُوهُمْ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ فَمَا كَانُوا لِيُؤْمِنُوا بِمَا كَذَّبُوا بِهِ مِنْ قَبْلُ كَذَلِكَ نَطْبَعُ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِ الْمُعْتَدِينَ وَلَقَدْ ضَرَبْنَا لِلنَّاسِ فِي هَٰذَا الْقُرْآنِ مِنْ كُلِّ مَثَلٍ وَلَئِنْ جِئْتَهُمْ بِآيَةٍ لَيَقُولَنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِنْ أَنْتُمْ إِلَّا مُبْطِلُونَ كَذَلِكَ يَطْبَعُ اللَّهُ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِ الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ فَاصْبِرْ إِنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ كذلك يضل الله من هو مسرف مرتاب الذين يجادلون في آيات الله بغير سلطان آتاهم كبر مقتا عند الله وعند الذين آمنوا كذلك يطبع الله على كل قلب متكبر جبار أولئك الذين طبع الله على قلوبهم بل طبع الله عليها بكفرهم فلا يؤمنون إلا قليلا كلا بل ران على قلوبهم ما كانوا يكسبون۔ اسی طرح افرأيت من اتخذ إلهه وأضله الله هواه وأضله الله على علم وختم على سمعه وقلبه وجعل على بصره غشاوة فمن يهديه من بعد الله۔ اسی طرح آگے اولئک کالانعام بل هم اضل اولئک هم الغافلون، اور اسی طرح ومن يرد الله فتنته فلن تملك له من الله شيئا اولئک الذين لم يرد الله ان يطهر قلوبهم۔ یہ علامہ شبیر احمد عثمانی کا کلام ہوا۔ علامہ شبیر احمد عثمانی کیا کہنا چاہتے ہیں کہ اللہ پاک نے یہ جو کہا کہ ختم اللہ علی قلوبہم اور سواء علیہم انذرتہم ام لم تنذرہم لا یؤمنون اور لقد حق القول علی اکثرہم، the word has set upon most of them so they will not believe۔ علامہ عثمانی is saying that this is not from the beginning, this happens as a gradual process, as a result of their misbehavior. When a people, a nation, a group or a community start misbehaving and they go down that road of fisq and fujur and inad and shirk and kufr, then slowly the stamp is sealed on them. And this is like if someone is given a salahiyat, an ability, but he doesn't use it, and he uses it for the wrong purposes, then that ability is taken away from him. Let's say for example, Hazrat Maulana mentioned اوپر جیسے ہاتھ پاؤں سے مدت تک کام نہ لے تو وہ عضو بیکار کر دیا جاتا ہے۔ A person just sits like a couch potato and keeps eating, he doesn't move his limbs, then slowly the feet will swell, the hand will swell, and he will stick to his place because he's not using, he's not making any movement, and he's doing the wrong stuff. Similarly, Hazrat mentioned that when people go down this line of fisq and fujur and موت کا یقین ہی نہیں اور موت کے بعد کسی دوسری زندگی کا یقین نہیں، برائی کو برائی نہ سمجھیں، don't take any evil as evil, then this process gradually creates a seal on their hearts, and this is حَقَّ الْقَوْلُ عَلَىٰ أَكْثَرِهِمْ. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in many ayat, for example, فَمَا كَانُوا لِيُؤْمِنُوا بِمَا كَذَّبُوا مِنْ قَبْلُ كَذَلِكَ يَطْبَعُ اللَّهُ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِ الْكَافِرِينَ. Hazrat Maulana mentions فَلَمَّا زَاغُوا أَزَاغَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُم. When they went crooked, Allah also made their hearts crooked. Allah mentions the incidents in Surah Ahqaf of that child, that son who is abusive, and he says to his parents, أَتَعِدَانَنِي أَنْ أُخْرَجَ وَقَدْ خَلَتِ الْقُرُونُ مِنْ قَبْلِي. Are you promising me that I'm going to come back to life after death? And many generations have passed, nobody has come back, I'm not going to come back. So Allah Pak said, أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ حَقَّ عَلَيْهِمُ الْقَوْلُ. They are the ones upon whom the word of Allah is set. So when you go into this road of denial, then the word is set and the seal is put on the heart. Then ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة. So the aim is to prove that you can't blame Allah, that why did Allah put a seal on my heart so I can't see the truth. Allah didn't put a seal on your heart just like that. Allah didn't put a curtain on your eyes just like that. Allah didn't put a cork in your ears just like that. It's you yourself through your a'mal who did this. Allah said, كَلَّا بَلْ رَانَ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِهِمْ مَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. Today many people leave Islam, irtidad, they become murtad. So what happens is their behavior is the one which brings this rain and these dark patches upon the heart, and one after the other, and gradually the heart becomes hard as rock and pitch black like dark patches of the night, and then it can't see the truth, like a blind person who may have that stick and he would walk around here and there, bichara, poor old person, because he can't see, so he has to survive somehow. So similarly, when the heart becomes blind, the person is wandering around trying to make his way, but he can't see the path clearly because he himself put that covering on the heart, and he himself put that وَقَالُوا قُلُوبُنَا غُلْفٌ. Our hearts are in ghilaf, we are in covering, and we want to stay in that covering. So you can't blame Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for putting any covering on you.
It takes a long time for anything to rot.
Jazakallah. एक लफ्ज में आपने सारी बात कही. It takes long time for something to rot. So the heart becomes rotten and then it doesn't realize anything. This is حق عليهم القول. And this is ختم الله على قلوبهم. This is سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون. They're not going to believe now. Hearts are rotten, so they won't understand. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after explaining this, إِنَّمَا تُنْزِرُ مَنِ اتَّبَعَ الذِّكْرَ وَخَشِيَ الرَّحْمَنَ بِالْغَيْبِ. Only that person who follows advice and who has fear of Allah can be warned, and he can be rectified and corrected. And فَبَشِّرُوا بِمَغْفِرَةٍ وَأَجْرٍ كَرِيمٍ. Last week, someone sent a real nice small video clip of this teacher in a school explaining to the children in Arabic, the effects of sinning and how the effects can be moved with istighfar. So she has a cup of water and she puts some black liquid inside. There is water and put some black liquid. So the black liquid mixes with the water and the whole glass turns black. And she says, this is the example of the heart becoming black because of the sins. When you pour sins over sins over sins, so heart becomes black. Now you want to clean that, you put this away and you put in the water of istighfar. So what happens is she's putting water, and the water, black water, is coming out into a bowl which is underneath and is going in that bowl, and this water is slowly cleaning. And she keeps pouring this, say astaghfirullah, and all the children say astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. So she's pouring astaghfar in there. So the water keeps on, the black water starts reducing, the color starts fading, and very soon all the blackness is gone and there's clear water in the glass. And she says, this is how the heart becomes rot with the sins, and this is how you clean it with istighfar. So where there is kufr and shirk, then there should be tawbah and repentance and iman and belief, and then istighfar, seeking Allah for forgiveness, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive and Allah will make things right. So this is what you call فَبَشِّرُوا بِمَغْفِرَةٍ وَأَجْرٍ كَرِيمٍ. Then we read إِنَّا نَحْنُ نُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى وَنَكْتُبُ مَا قَدَّمُوا وَآثَارَهُمْ وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ أَحْصَيْنَاهُ فِي إِمَامٍ مُبِينٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, it is we who breathe life into the dead, who revive the dead, and note down and record whatever they sent forth and their trails, whatever they leave behind from their trails, their footsteps, and everything we have recorded in a clear book. Inna nahnu nuhyil mawta. The direct meaning is that when the sur is blown on the day of Qiyamah, all the dead people will come back to life. How? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send down a rain of souls, and just as Allah sends down rainwater and seeds grow in the plants and on the earth, grass and flowers, so similarly the rain of souls will come down and all the bodies will get their respective souls and they will get up from their graves. This is Ihya'ul Mawta. Then the second meaning with it, which is included in his Inna nahnu nuhyil mawta. A disbeliever is like a lifeless person. There is no life in him. But when he embraces Islam, then he gets life. He is revived. Life is breathed into him. This is why they say, I'm like a born again person. I'm like a newborn person. This is why Allah said in the Quran, وَكَذَلِكَ أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ رُوحًا مِّنْ أَمْرِنَا. We revealed to you a ruh, soul from our amr and our hukm. So Quran is like a ruh. When people pray Quran, recite Quran, read Quran, understand the meaning of Quran, believe in the Quran, then Quran breathes life into that person. So this is Inna nahnu nuhyil mawta. Both meanings will be taken into contention over here. First is Inna nahnu nuhyil mawta, bringing the dead back to life. And then second meaning with it, along with it, is that Inna nahnu nuhyil mawta, the lifeless soul will have life in them. The disbelievers will become believers and repent. This is our duty. Inna nahnu nuhyil mawta. So, O Muhammad, what work you are doing of da'wah and tabligh and going around and inzar, innama tunziru, keep warning, because with your warnings we will breathe life into the souls of these dead people, lifeless people. They will come to life. And Yaseen Sharif was revealed in the beginning, and just realize how many lives were breathed into dead souls. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam started da'wah and few people had embraced Islam. Only 40 when Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu embraced Islam in the year 5 after Nubuwwat. And handful maybe when they migrated to Medina Sharif. And in Badr there were 313. And in Uhud there were 1,000. And then in Khandaq there were 3,000. And then in Fateh Makkah 10,000. In Ghazwa Tabuk in the year 9, 30,000. And in Hajjatul Wida when the Prophet ﷺ died, over 100,000. So how Quran breathed life into them. Innama tunziru, you keep warning. Inna nahnu nuhyil mawta, we will breathe life into those who are dead, who are disbelievers. We will give them iman and yaqeen and breathe life into them. And وَنَكْتُبُ مَا قَدَّمُوا وَآثَارَهُم, and we will note down whatever they send forth. Qaddamu, send forth in akhirat, to the life after death, and وَآثَارَهُم, and their trails as well. What their footsteps and trails mean? Two meanings. Number one, آثَارَهُم مِّن بَعْدِهِمْ, whatever they leave behind after. Meaning, when a person embraces Islam, he does good deeds, and he propagates the deen, he educates and teaches other people, then whatever he leaves behind after him, we will note that down as well. If, for example, he wrote any nice books, or he did da'wah work and many other people embraced Islam on his hands, or he left behind some good way to practice. This is in two hadiths. Number one, man sanna sunnatan hasanatan falahu ajruha wa ajru man amila biha ba'dahu. If you make a path and put people along that path, then whosoever follows, then you will get sawab of all of them. Number two hadith, إِذَا مَاتَ ابْنُ آدَمْ إِنْقَطَعَ عَمَلُهُ إِلَّا مِنْ ثَلَاثٍ. When son of Adam dies, his a'mal are seized off except from three things: صَدَقَةٍ جَارِيَةٍ أَوْ عِلْمٍ يُنْتَفَعُ بِهِ أَوْ وَلَدٍ صَالِحٍ يَدْعُو لَهُ. Sadaqah jariyah, for example, he dug a well, he made a masjid, he made a lodging for musafirin, travelers, or ilmin yuntafa'u bihi. He left behind some ilm which people are benefiting from. He wrote some books, or he left many students and who are passing that knowledge on to others. Then this knowledge, as long as people read that book, or his students teach, and the students of his students teach, he will keep getting that sawab. And أَوْوَلَدٍ صَالِحٍ يَدْعُو لَهُ. He left behind pious children, and those children are praying for him. Then he will keep getting that sawab in his grave even after his death. So this is وَآثَارَهُمْ. So when a person embraces Islam, he will get reward for everything he did and for whatever he had left behind after him. And some ahadith say, for example, some a'mal are such that amal sawab keeps flowing. Hazrat Uthman ibn Maz'un radiyallahu anhu died. After some time, someone saw a dream that there is a huge garden, beautiful one, and in there is a river flowing. And that garden and that flowing river belongs to Hazrat Uthman ibn Maz'un radiyallahu anhu, who was a Sahabi who died in the earlier, one of the first Sahabis to die in Medina Sharif. He was a relative of Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu anhu. Uthman ibn Maz'un, not Khalifa Uthman ibn Affan, this is another Uthman. So they related this dream to the Prophet ﷺ, who gave the interpretation. He said that river which is flowing, ذَاكَ عَمَلُهُ يَجْرِي لَهُ. His a'mal which are still flowing, he is getting that sawab in his grave. This is the meaning of that flowing river. So, وَآثَارَهُمْ, many things a person leaves behind and he keeps getting that sawab. On the other hand, if someone leaves some evil trails behind, then he gets gунاہ and sin for those evil trails as well. It's in the same hadith, وَمَنْ سَنَّ سُنَّةً سَيِّئَةً فَعَلَيْهِ وِزْرُهَا وَوِزْرُ مَنْ عَمِلَ بِهَا بَعْدَهُ. If someone leaves behind an evil trail, then he will get the sin of that and the sin of those who follow him after that.
कुरान में है ना,
कुरान शरीफ में भी इस तरफ इशारा है. ये तो हदीस है जो मैंने आपके सामने पढ़ी, और ये है तो उसमें ये है कि खैर और शर के आसार जो होते हैं वो चलते हैं. अब बाज़ लोग अगर खुदा न खास्ता गंदे वीडियो बनाकर मर गए या गंदे फोटो छोड़कर मर गए, तो आपको जाहिर है उसका गुनाह उनको होगा. घर में बुरी चीज़ें छोड़कर मर गए, बच्चों को बुरी आदतें सिखा गए, मातम वातम कर रहे हैं. हदीस में मातम का आता है, युअज़्ज़बुल मय्यित बिमा नीहा अलैहि. If there was a habit of lamenting in the household, and the person who died did not educate his family and stop them from lamenting, then when he dies and the family are lamenting on him, he will be punished in the qabr. He is punished in the qabr because he did not educate them and he liked the family to do his matam and his nawha. So here the nawha is done and there he is getting the azab. So there are some bure a'mal, bad deeds, for which a person does get the sin even after his death. So it works both ways. You get sawab for good trails after your death, and you get punishment for bad, evil trails you leave behind afterwards. Number 2, this is one tafsir. Second tafsir is وَنَكْتُبُ مَا قَدَّمُوا وَآثَارَهُمْ يعني خُطَاهُمْ. Their footsteps, whatever footsteps they take, whether in good way or bad way, are also noted down. Hadith Sharif says that Salatul Rajuli fi jama'atin tazidu ala salatihi fi suqihi وبيته وسبعين درجة وعشرين درجة. आगे फरमाया वज़ालिका अन्ना अहदकुम इज़ा तवद्दअ ثم خرج إلى المسجد لا يريد إلا الصلاة لا ينهزه إلا الصلاة لم يخطو خطوة إلا رفعت له بها درجة وحط عنه بها سيئة حتى يدخل المسجد. When a person performs wudu at home and does good wudu, beautiful wudu, then he leaves for the masjid. Then every steps he takes towards the masjid, then for every step Allah will erase one sin from his book of bad deeds and write one hasana in his book of good deeds until he enters the masjid. For every step. So every step is noted down. There is hadith narrated by Ibn Kasir rahmatullahi that Banu Salama's houses were at a distance from Masjid Nabawi. They intended to come closer to the masjid, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "O Banu Salama, stay where you are." He said, "Diyarakum tuktab atharukum, diyarakum tuktab atharukum." O Banu Salama, ilzamu diyarakum. Stay, hold on to your homes, stay where you are. Tuktab atharukum, your footsteps are noted down. Every step you take to come into masjid is noted down, you're getting sawab for that. So why are you going to lose that sawab? Stay where you are. And he recited, Inna nahnu nuhyil mawta wa naktubu ma qaddamu atharahum. In fact, it was revealed for this, as narrated by Ibn Kasir rahmatullahi alayhi. Hazrat Anas ibn Malik radiyallahu anhu says, I was walking with Zayd ibn Thabit radiyallahu anhu. Zayd ibn Thabit was among the ulama of Ansar, and he was highly respected. So Sayyiduna Anas ibn Malik radiyallahu anhu says, I was walking with Zayd ibn Thabit radiyallahu anhu towards the masjid, and I began to rush, and he held me back. He said, walk slowly, take small steps. And then he said, Ya Anas, Ama sha'arta anna al-athara tuktab. Do you not know that the footsteps are noted down? So why should we take big steps quickly and rush and run to the masjid? Take small steps, because every step is noted down. So we have to keep this in mind. Hazrat Haji Sahib rahmatullahi alayhi, Haji Imdadullah Muhajir Makki rahmatullahi alayhi, he was going to masjid. He lived in Makkah Mukarramah for many years of his life, and he was going to Haram Sharif, and he was taking small steps. So someone asked, and Hazrat said the same thing, that every step is noted down, so we take small steps so we can increase our steps and we can get more sawab. So wa'atharahum, if you take steps for good work, for going to the masjid, going to madrasa, going to lesson, going for education, going for deeni purpose, going for da'wat in the path of Allah, elevating the kalima la ilaha illallah, or any good deed, you take, for example, even for chanda, you go for collection for masjid, madrasa, for darul uloom, and you are walking around for work, because this is for the cause of deen, then you are getting rewarded for all the steps you take in that work of deen. And similarly, if you take steps in the other way, steps of ma'siyat, that is also noted down. Steps for sinning, disobedience, may Allah protect us. Maybe going to cinema, or going for haram stuff, or going to purchase haram things, or haram transactions, or zina, or sharab, or drugs, or other things. You walk towards those places, then those steps are also noted down. So you have to remember, وَنَكْتُبُ مَا قَدَّمُوا وَآثَارَهُمْ. We note everything down, every step is also noted down, and وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ أَحْصَيْنَاهُ فِي إِمَامٍ مُبِينٍ. We are not in need of noting it down. This is just for your peace of mind. So on the day of Qiyamah, you will be told, اقرأ كتابك, read your own book. Why? You wrote it. Even though it was all in Lawh Mahfuz, it's all written there. Allah knew what's going to happen, so Allah wrote it down, but still Allah took this precaution protocol that He appointed 2 angels with you on your right, on your left, so that they note down, and on the day of Qiyamah, you will read your book, you will be told, you are the author of your own book. You wrote this book, so you read it now. اقرأ كتابك كفى بنفسك اليوم عليك حسيبا. So وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين. إمام مبين, كتاب مبين. And what is that كتاب مبين? لوح محفوظ. Now, في إمام مبين, Ibn Kathir rahmatullah writes, جميع الكائنات مكتوب ومسطور ومضبوط في لوح محفوظ والإمام المبين هو الكتاب. قاله مجاهد وقتادة. وكذا قوله تعالى يوم ندعو كل أناس بإمامهم، يعني بكتاب أعمالهم الشاهد عليهم بما عملوه من خير وشر، خير أو شر. That Imam Mubin, clear-cut book. In Surah Bani Israel, Allah Pak said, يَوْمَ نَدْعُو كُلَّ أُنَاسٍ بِإِمَامِهِمْ. The day when we will call every person with his Imam. Now there is one latifa over here. Someone said that my Shia friend told me that look, in Quran it says people will be called with their Imams, and we have 12 Imams, you don't have any Imams, so who will you come with? So Maulana Bilal Sahab से हमने पूछा कि हज़रत मौलाना इसका क्या जवाब? तो मौलाना बिलाल साहब से उनको बोलो नहीं, हमारे बुलेटिन ज़करिया मस्जिद में तो 2-2 इमाम हैं, तुम्हारे पास तो 1 इमाम है, हमारे यहाँ तो 2-2 इमाम हैं, हमारे यहाँ 3-3 इमाम हैं, तो हम तो अपने इमाम के साथ आएंगे अगर इमाम का यही मतलब हो। और तुम्हारे पास तो वो तो 1200 साल पहले तुम्हारे इमाम गुजर गए थे, अभी कौन इमाम है तुम्हारा? So that's not the meaning. Imam Mubin over here means Kitab Mubin, the clear-cut book which is Lawh Mahfuz. So we will call each and every person over there bi imamihim, yani bi kitabi a'malihim, with their a'mal nama, which they were noted down. And over here Imam Mubin is Lawh Mahfuz. Over there Imam bi imamihim means bi a'malihim, bi kitabi a'malihim. This is why Allah Pak said after the ayah يَوْمَ كُلَّ أُنَاسٍ بِإِمَامِهِمْ فَمَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِيَمِينِهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ يَقْرَؤُونَ كِتَابَهُمْ وَلَا يُظْلَمُونَ فَتِيلًا. Then whosoever is given his kitab in his right hand, then he will read his book and know they will not be wronged in the least. So this is the meaning of Imam over there. So this is how the first ruku of Surah Yaseen comes to a close. Now we move on to the second ruku. وَضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلًا أَصْحَابَ الْقَرْيَةِ إِذْ جَاءَهَا الْمُرْسَلُونَ. And give them the example, mention to them the parable of the people of the city when the messengers came to them. إِذْ أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْهِمُ اثْنَيْنِ فَكَذَّبُوهُمَا فَعَزَّزْنَا بِثَالِثٍ فَقَالُوا إِنَّا إِلَيْكُمْ مُرْسَلُونَ. When we sent 2 prophets to them and the people rejected them, after which we reinforced them with a 3rd, and they said, we have certainly been sent as messengers to you people. قَالُوا مَا أَنْتُمْ إِلَّا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُنَا. They said, you are mere humans like ourselves. وَمَا أَنزَلَ الرَّحْمَنُ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. Allah has not revealed anything. إِنْ أَنْتُمْ إِلَّا تَكْذِبُونَ. You are only lying. قَالُوا رَبُّنَا يَعْلَمُ إِنَّا إِلَيْكُمْ لَمُرْسَلُونَ. They replied, our Rabb knows fully well that we have been sent as messengers to you people. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينَ. And our responsibility is only clear propagation. قَالُوا إِنَّا تَطَيَّرْنَا بِكُمْ. They said, we augur and foresee evil from you. We take bad omen from you. لَإِن لَمْ تَنْتَهُ لَنَرْجُمَنَّكُمْ. If you do not desist and stop preaching, we will surely stone you to death. وَلَيَمَسَّنَّكُمْ مِنَّا عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. And a painful punishment will definitely afflict you from us. قَالُوا طَائِرُكُمْ مَعَكُمْ. They said, your augury, premonition of evil is with you. Is it just because you are being admonished and given advice that you say this, بَلْ أَنْتُمْ قَوْمٌ مُسْرِفُونَ, nay, you are but a transgressing nation. وَجَاءَ مِنْ أَقْصَى الْمَدِينَةِ رَجُلٌ يَسْعَى, a man came running from the farthest end of the town, saying, قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ اتَّبِعُوا الْمُرْسَلِينَ, O my people, follow and obey the messengers. اتَّبِعُوا مَنْ لَا يَسْأَلُكُمْ أَجْرًا وَهُمْ مُهْتَدُونَ, follow those who do not ask for any remuneration from you and who are rightly guided. وَضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلًا أَصْحَابَ الْقَرْيَةِ, Allah Pak is mentioning a parable, an example of some Rasools whom Allah sent to a community. Why? Because the surah started with إِنَّكَ لَمِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. So Allah is setting a parable of how messengers are sent. What is their duty, how Allah assists and supports them, and how some people reject them, and then how Allah deals with the rejectors and the mukazzibeen and the deniers. So to explain this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning the story of Ashabul Qaryah iz ja'ahal mursalun. Which Qaryah and which town is this? Normally Mufassirin say this is the city of Intakiya. And Intakiya, I don't know what it's called in English. उसका नाम मालूम नहीं है, कहाँ है ये city, बस इंताकिया लिखा है. And this incident happened during the time of Sayyiduna Isa ala nabiyina wa alayhi salam. Intakiya was a large city, one of the largest cities in that area, and the people worshipped idols. Sayyiduna Isa alayhi salam sent 2 envoys to them so that they can be invited towards Tawheed. Their name was Sadiq and Saduq. They came and they invited, but people rejected. Then Allah told Isa alayhi salam to send a 3rd person whose name was Shalom, and some say his name was Sham'un. So Sadiq, Saduq and Sham'un, all 3 of them got together and invited the people. However, they kept on rejecting, and then someone who had embraced Islam and who was from the locals came to support them. Now the people leaving these 3 turned on him that you are from our town and you are doing this, and they killed him. So Allah mentions his incident later on of وَمَا لِيَ لَا أَعْبُدُ الَّذِي فَطَرَنِي وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ. And finally what happened was the azab of Allah came and that city was destroyed. The messengers were saved, no harm happened to the messengers. They left the city and Allah's azab came to them. So this is how the story is mentioned. Qurtubi rahmatullahi alayhi has mentioned it in a little bit of detail. I'll read it from here. Isa alayhi salam sent Rasools, 2 Rasools. They met an old man who was looking after some goats, and his name was Habib Najjar, and who is Sahib Yaseen. They invited him to Allah. They said, we are the messengers of Isa alayhi salam. We invite you to Allah's worship. So he asked them for some miracle, and they said that we can cure the sick by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He had a son who was very sick and he was bedridden. So they prayed something, blew on him, and they wiped their hands over him, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cured him. He stood up and he was cured, and Habib Najjar believed in him that it is Allah who cures and he should be worshipped. And he goes on to say that their matter spread, and they went into the city and they started preaching, and many sick people began to come to them. They would make dua for them, Allah would cure them, and they would believe. Slowly the matter reached the king, who used to worship idols. So he called for them and asked them, who are you? And they said, we are the messengers of Sayyidina Isa alayhi salatu wassalam. And he said, okay, what is your proof that you are his messengers? And they said that we can also cure the born blind and the leper, and biiznillah, by the will of Allah, we can cure the sick people. We invite you towards Allah's worship alone. So the king wanted to beat them up. However, he imprisoned them and told the Jallad to give them 100 lashes. Slowly, this news reached Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. He sent the third person, and his name was Sham'un as-Safa, and he was one of the leaders of the Hawariyin, the disciples. So he came and he made friendship with the attendants of the king, and slowly he got their attention and made friendship with them, and they were familiar with him, and they mentioned his condition to the king, and king called him over. King also became friendly with him. He in the beginning showed his agreement with the deen of the king, religion of the king, and the king was happy with him. One day he said to the king that I have heard and that you have kept two men in the prison, so why don't you call them over and ask them what is with them? So he said, well, I was so angry that I did not question them about their beliefs, and I just threw them in the prison. He said, well, it would be nice if you would call them over. So he said, bring them over here. Now Shamun said to them, what is your evidence upon what you claim? And they said, we can cure the born blind and the leper. So a young boy was brought who was born blind and who had no pupils. So they prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and wiped the hand over his face, and the place of the eyes sprung open. They took some two balls of mitti and placed it over there, and it became eyes with which he could see. So the king was amazed and shocked, and that the child could see now. And he said, there is a young boy over here who died since 7 days ago. We haven't buried him until his father comes. So if your Rabb brings him to life, then we will see in your matter. So they made dua in front of everyone in the whole who were there. And Shamun was making dua sirran, quietly, secretly. And while the duas were taking place, the Mayyit stood up alive, and he said to people, I have been dead for 7 days. I was taken as a mushrik, and I was taken through 7 valleys of the fire. So I would like to warn you from behaving in that manner in which you are. Believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is better for you. And then some doors of the heavens opened up from me, he said afterwards, and I saw a young man who had beautiful face and who was interceding for these 3, indicating towards Shamun and those 2, until Allah breathed life into me, and I declare Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu, and I declare wa anna Isa ruhullahi wa kalimatuhu, and I declare that these are messengers of Allah sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they said to him, Shamun is also with those 2? And they said yes, and the young man replied yes, and he is the best of them. Then Shamun said that I am also a messenger of Masih Isa bin Maryam alayhi salam. So his words were highly effective on the king, and he invited the king to Allah. The king embraced Islam, Iman, and he believed. However, many of the people believed, but many also rejected, and they went against the king. Qushayri says the king had faith, but his people did not. So the azab came on the people, and the king and the messengers were saved. This is narrated by Ibn Kathir rahmatullahi alayhi. So this is one version of events which is mentioned over here. Ibn Kathir rahmatullahi alayhi, after narrating this, has another version. We will read that later. He thinks that this city was not in Takia and these people were not Isa alayhi salam's messengers. There might be some before. He said because in Takia is known to be a Christian city and they had followed Isa alayhi salam's message. So how could this be them and the azab would come upon them? So Ibn Kathir Rahmatullah alayhi's opinion is a bit different. We'll read that later on. At the moment, we'll just go into a little bit of tafsir of this opening ayat and then we will finish up, close up and then we'll continue next week inshallah. So Allah Pak says, وَضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلًا أَصْحَابَ الْقَرِيَةِ बयान करो इनके सामने मिसाल बस्ती वालों की إِذْ جَاءَهَا الْمُرْسَلُونَ जब रसूल उनके पास आए. Mursalun doesn't have to be Rasul of Allah.
Anybody sent.
Rasul means those who are sent, messengers. And they had brought message of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam according to the version of Qurtubi and Ibn Abbas and many others, we've just recited. And this word Rasul is used for Malaika as well.
Yeah.
وَلَقَدْ جَاءَتْ رُسُلُنَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ بِالْبُشْرَى قَالُوا سَلَامًا. Our messengers, meaning Jibreel, Mikael, who were sent by us, came to Ibrahim and gave him the good news. وَلَمَّا جَاءَتْ رُسُلُنَا لُوطًا سِيَ بِهِمْ. So, Rusul and Mursaleen over here means those who were sent with the message. إِذْ أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْهِمُ اثْنَيْنِ. Remember when we sent to them two persons, فَكَذَّبُوهُمَا, and they denied them. The people said, you are all liars, rejected them. فَعَزَّزْنَا بِثَالِثٍ. We supported them with a third person, reinforced them. فَقَالُوا. They all got together and said, إِنَّا إِلَيْكُمْ مُرْسَلُونَ. We have certainly been sent as messengers to you people. So, they said, قَالُوا مَا أَنْتُمْ إِلَّا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُنَا. You are nothing but bashar like us. This is, a point of rejection for many kuffar. وَمَا مَنَعَ النَّاسَ أَن يُؤْمِنُوا إِذْ جَاءَهُمُ الْهُدَى إِلَّا أَن قَالُوا أَبَعَثَ اللَّهُ بَشَرًا رَسُولًا. Why would Allah send a bashar as a rasul? Why did Allah not send an angel as a rasul? An angel should come as a rasul, not a human being. And they said, مَا لِهَذَا الرَّسُولِ يَأْكُلُ الطَّعَامَ وَيَمْشِي فِي الْأَسْوَاقِ لَوْلَا أُنْزِلَ إِلَيْهِ مَلَكٌ فَيَكُونَ مَعَهُ نَذِيرًا. He eats with us and he walks around the markets like us. So how can he be a Rasul? Why doesn't angels follow him around? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the answer in another ayat of Surah An'am. قُلْ لَوْ كَانَ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَلَائِكَةٌ يَمْشُونَ مُطْمَئِنِّينَ لَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَلَكًا رَسُولًا. If angels were walking around and living on the earth, then we would send angels as Rasul. Since human beings walk around and live on the earth, so we have to send human beings as Rasul. In Surah Al-An'am, Allah said, وَقَالُوا لَوْلَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْهِ مَلَكٌ وَلَوْ أَنزَلْنَا مَلَكًا لَقُضِيَ الْأَمْرُ ثُمَّ لَا يُنظَرُونَ. If we send angels down, then the matter would be decided. Because angels will be seen when the trumpet is blown. क़यामत आ जाएगी, तब angels दिखाई देंगे. है जी? ما ننزل الملائكة إلا بالحق وما كانوا إذا منزلين. And وقال الذين لا يرجون لقاءنا لولا أنزل علينا الملائكة أو نرى ربنا لقد استكبروا في أنفسهم وعتوا عتوا كبيرا يوم يرون الملائكة لا بشرى يومئذ للمجرمين ويقولون حجرا محجورا. When they see the angels, there will be no joy for them. So, Hijran Mahjura, we need some protection, please save us, help. This is what they will exclaim. So, Allah Pak said, they said, Ma antum illa basharun mithluna. But this is no reason for objection. This is a silly objection. Ma antum illa basharun mithluna. They said, Wa ma anzala ar-Rahmanu min shay. Rahman has not sent down anything. In antum illa takdhibun. You are just lying. You people are lying. Rahman didn't send down anything. قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون. They said, our Rabb knows fully well that indeed we are sent as Rasuls to you. ربنا يعلم is like قسم بربنا العليم. By our Rabb who knows everything, we say that إنا إليكم لمرسلون. وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين. And our responsibility is nothing but clear propagation. Our duty is just to deliver the message. That's it. We don't need to do anything. We just deliver the message to you. قَالُوا إِنَّا تَطَيَّرْنَا بِكُمْ. They said, we take bad omen from you. We augur evil, foresee evil from you. And we have experienced nothing but evil from you. Since you have come to our city, so much evil has taken place. So you have come, you have caused disunity among the community. You have brought in earthquakes and landslides and tremors and heavy rainfalls, and all these things are because of you. Like, I'm just giving an example. Like people say today that this is because of you people. And if you weren't here, then we would be in safe and peace and security. So they replied, they said, لَإِن لَمْ تَنْتَهُوا لَنَرْجُمَنَّكُمْ وَلَيَمَسَّنَّكُمْ مِنَّا عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. If you don't stop preaching, and then we will stone you, and a painful punishment will afflict you from us. This is normally people's, threat, warning. When they do not want to understand, they will just say, these people are going to do this and that, so kick the hell out of them and beat them up and kill them, and I wish I could kill them, finish them off. And that's what they would say. And even in like for example in Palestine, with regards to the Muslims, they say, we wish that the sea would come and take whole Gaza Strip away, and one day I wake up and the whole Gaza is drowned and everybody in Gaza is drowned. So these types of claims people normally make when they get to the right to the end, and they just don't want to believe and don't want to help and assist and support. So this is the attitude of the tyrants and the zalims and the unjust people. So they also said that لَإِن لَمْ تَنْتَهُوا لَنَرْجُمَنَّكُمْ. If you don't stop, we're going to stone you to death, and painful punishment will afflict you from us. They said, قَالُوا طَائِرُكُمْ مَعَكُمْ أَإِن ذُكِّرْتُمْ بَلْ أَنْتُمْ قَوْمٌ مُسْرِفُونَ. Your augury, meaning premonition of evil, is with you. Meaning, if any evil comes to you, is because of your own doing. طَائِرُكُمْ مَعَكُمْ. One tafsir is يعني أعمالكم معكم. The reason for the ill fortune is with you. Meaning, what is the reason for the ill fortune? Kufr, shirk, fisq, fujur. You should be grateful that until now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given you respite and muhlat. So Allah Pak gave you respite. Otherwise azab should have come you long ago. But now Allah sent us to you so that we can explain to you, you can understand and you can believe. And still if you don't believe, then the azab of Allah is going to come. And وَلَنُذِيقَنَّهُمْ مِنَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَدْنَى دُونَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَكْبَرِ. This dunya's azab is adna azab, small azab, and azab akbar, the greater azab is waiting for them. كَذَلِكَ الْعَذَابِ وَلَعَذَابُ الْآخِرَةِ أَكْبَرِ لَوْ كَانُوا يَعْلَمُونَ. So Allah Pak said, قَالُوا طَائِرُكُمْ مَعَكُمْ. They replied, your ta'ir and your augury and your badfali and taking bad omen and ill fortune is with you. The reasons are with you, within yourself. Don't blame us for the ill fortune which has come to you. أَإِن ذُكِّرْتُمْ. Are you saying this just because you have been admonished? أَإِن ذُكِّرْتُمْ أَإِن يعني لِأَنَّكُمْ وَعِزْتُمْ. Just because you are being admonished, you blame us and you put the blame on us. Nay, the reality is, بَلْ أَنْتُمْ قَوْمٌ مُسْرِفُونَ. You are but a nation who are exceeding the limits and who are extravagant and who are going ahead. So this is your foolishness which is bringing these types of things to you. Don't take bad omen from us. We are good people. And look, this we cure the sick and we do lots of good. We have brought so much good within the community, but you don't see that good. And you only see bad side and you blame us for anything wrong that happens to you. The economy has gone down and you are taking over all our jobs and you are doing this to us and that to us. And it's not us who are doing it, it's because of your own wrongdoings. If you behave properly, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring about good times to you, and smooth halat will come to you. وَجَاءَ مِنْ أَقْصَى الْمَدِينَةِ رَجُلٌ يَسْعَى قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ اتَّبِعُوا الْمُرْسَلِينَ. A man from the farthest part of the city came running and said, "O people, follow the messengers." Who was this man? Habib Najjar. The Habib was his name, and he was a carpenter. And normally carpenters live at the edge of the town, city. So people go to them and they have open area, lots of land, and they do their carpentry, bring wood from the wood and the forest and then cut, and it's easier for them. So Habib Najjar, Habib the carpenter, the old man who was shepherd as well, had some goats as well, who used to do some woodwork as well, who had embraced Islam upon them, he came rushing and he said to his people, "O people, don't even think of rajm and stoning these people to death, killing them. Rather, ittabi'ul mursaleen, follow these messengers. Ittabi'u man la yasalukum ajran wa hum muhtadun. Follow those who do not ask you for any remuneration and who are rightly guided." Messengers never ask for payment, wages for whatever they do. Their hard work and effort is free of charge. Ya qawmi la as'alukum alayhi ajra in ajriya illa ala alladhi fatarani afala ta'qilun. Oh my people, I don't ask you for any wages. My wage is on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who created me. Do you not understand? So these are messengers who don't ask you for any money or any rewards or payments. So why not follow them? But we will finish over here where the Sipara finishes, and from Amali Allah Abdul Raheem we'll read next lesson.
इंशाल्लाह जज़ाकल्लाह जज़ाकल्लाह
अल्लाह पाक
शुक्रिया आपने इतनी मसरूफियत के बावजूद भी टाइम दिया
नहीं कोई pleasure इंशाल्लाह